You don't smoke?
No, I don't smoke. I had vocal surgery, so I can't really smoke.
Oh, like Steve-O.
Steve-O had vocal surgery?
Oh, like 40 times, right?
Fuck, I didn't even know that.
I think so. I think he said, yeah. We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second.
Welcome back to the Steve-O's Throat Surgery Podcast, everybody.
Yeah, it's all about Steve-O's throat surgery.
That's right.
First guest, not the same one.
Hey, everybody, I'm Steve-O.
All the guests are like, everyone's like, we can't understand this podcast.
We talk through our holes in our tracheas.
Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that little pre-roll. I'm your host, Isaac Abrams. Today's very special guest, comedian, writer, producer, and philanthropist, Audrey Stewart.
Hell yeah, I'm a philanthropist.
Yeah, that's right.
That's damn right.
Yes, everybody that comes on this show is a philanthropist.
Yeah, I would hope so.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Will you tell us where we can find you on the internet?
Oh yeah, if you want to check me out, it's pretty unhinged. You can go on my TikTok. It's just okay. This sounds stupid. It's Audrey Stewart is my name, so it's like Audrey Stew is art, like AudreyIsart.
I'll put it on.
But thing. Everybody is always like Audrey. Like bookers have been like, or hosts have been like, your next comedian is Audrey Stew is art.
Oh no!
I'm like, no, it's just my handle, and it's Stew is art.
Stewart. Ever heard of it? It's a pretty good. It's a pretty common name.
It's pretty common.
Yeah.
So you can go on those. That's my username for every social media outlet.
But that's also something to riff off, like as soon as you get on stage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. One time I had a host bring me up, and they were like, "This is Stuart Little's cousin," and it was the most unfunniest thing I ever heard.
Wow.
It was at Flappers, and I go, "That." The audience turned on me too. I was like, "Who thought that was funny?" And everybody
they were
was
like, "Everybody."
Yeah. They're like, "Fuck this girl." I was like, "Jesus Christ."
Yeah, I did a little tiny show that felt like an open mic on the West Side, and the guy brings me up. He's like, I think he even saved me for last as like a headliner-y type. And he was like, "This next guy opens for Theo Vaughn," and I was like, "No, I don't."
And that's so embarrassing. But this next comedian just got Just for Laughs. I was like, "No, I did not."
Yeah.
I have an audition on Wednesday. Yeah.
What other credits do you want to give me that I don't deserve?
Yeah.
Do you want to plug your podcast?
Okay, yeah, it's called No Pill Friday. I do it at Jam in the Vans. We're just now picking it up. It's so funny because it's the premise of the podcast. It takes you inside the mind of an ADHD person. Mm-hmm. So you listening also either you have ADHD or you feel like you have ADHD.
Big time.
And like I talk with other people who have ADHD, and then we tell stories, and then we have a referee. And every time we get off topic, they blow in the whistle.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so that's the pod.
That's awesome.
And we do live shows, and the live shows are all drinking games. And the crowd is, my first one, it was all ADHD crowd.
Yeah.
So I kept explaining rules, and everybody kept being like, what? And we had to keep repeating the rules, and it was so fucking funny.
Yes.
To perform for just people with ADHD is maybe my favorite thing. The room was popping.
That could be your niche.
I think it is my niche.
Is that how you say that word?
Niche?
Niche?
Niche.
Niche.
It's a nice word. Niche.
Niche is it.
Anise.
Have you had ADD your whole life, or did you just get it recently?
No, I had it my whole life.
Yeah, same.
6 years old.
Yeah, they put me on some exploratory medicine when I was like 11 or 12.
Exploratory?
Yeah, they were like, I was one of the first, I tell people I was one of the first 100 kids to get Adderall, but I think it was Ritalin or something. I'm super old. I'm 75 years old.
I thought you were 82, so you're beating what I thought.
I mean, I look pretty good.
Yeah, you look pretty.
For 85.
That's a joke that everybody makes on stage. Like a lot of people, yeah, I'm 47. Ah, gotcha. I'm 32. I'm like, what?
Yeah, why would you go up?
I'm like, yeah.
Unless
like,
you're going to go way up.
I'm like, what is this bit that everybody keeps doing?
Yeah, I'm just going to say numbers until people laugh.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
It actually crushed. No,
Is that the weird part? Is that it crushed?
Yeah.
Nice. So weird. I'm not used to the sound of laughter at my shows.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was like, what the fuck's going on in here?
Yeah. Do you ever get weird pops in laughter where, like, not where you wrote them?
Yes, because I have mannerisms, weird mannerisms, or sometimes I can't control my inner dialogue that comes out.
Yeah.
So it'll disturb like a 5-minute bit, and I'll get off top. It is wild. Like now that I'm doing like 45 minutes, or not a lot, but I'm starting to kind of slowly headline. It leaves way more room for all these tics and mannerisms and self thoughts to come out, and it is. They're insane.
Yeah.
I take you on a fucking ride.
Do you have a problem like riding the ship? Like, can you always come back to the buoy? Like, do you know where you're going?
I somehow can always come back to the buoy. And
Yeah.
sometimes I have to ask for help back to the buoy.
And I think people like being involved that way.
They love it.
They're like, where was I? And they're like, Santa Claus, White Christmas. And you're like, dope. Yeah, 2019. Yeah.
Dope, got
and
it.
you can snap right back into it.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Then they feel like they're like, they're a little script supervisor on a film.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I'm going to try something new.
All right.
At the end, no one's ever seen the end of any of my 70, 89 episodes or
That's
whatever.
not true. You got some super fans listening right now.
That's true. They've heard it, but visually I can see the analytics. Nobody watches past 42 minutes. So we do the lightning round at the end, and I want to introduce people to the lightning round. So we're going to do the lightning round at the beginning.
Love.
So if you go back to all the episodes you haven't watched, you can hear these 7 questions asked to other famous comedians. So check it out. Here's the lightning round. What is your favorite club or venue that you've ever played?
Oh, in LA or anywhere?
Anywhere in the world.
Oh, God. Frick. I really like the Belly Room at the store.
That's a good one.
It's electric.
Yeah.
It's electric.
Boogie woogie woogie woogie. That's a song. It's electric. Boogie woogie.
Oh, I was like...
It's funnier when you have to explain it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he's not that great. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not that great.
No, we're having fun.
What's the weirdest place that you've done stand-up?
Okay.
Because Pandy got it real weird. It was like anybody with a bathroom or a backyard, you know?
Yeah. I'd say the weirdest spot. I was doing all the parking lot shows. I was grateful for them.
Yeah.
But it was funny because like they couldn't. They only could have clappers because of noise violation.
Right.
And they were light up clappers. And sometimes I would do my bits, and I'm an act out comedian,
Mm-hmm.
so they would echo into the sky and die. And one time I heard one clapper clap, and somebody threw it out the window. And I was like, "Am I crushing or bombing?" Like it. You can't take a high energy comedian and put him over a parking lot.
Yeah.
Although I was very grateful for all those shows.
Was that the low-key stuff?
No, it was Magic Asphalt.
Oh, that's a good
It was
name.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Sweet.
It was sick. I
Yeah.
was grateful, but it was weird.
Were you doing like the old Jam in the Van before the new Jam in the Van?
Yeah, that's where I got introduced to Jam in the Van. I did their old shows. Like I felt, this sounds weird, I felt kind of booked and blessed in the pandemic a little bit. Like when I was kind of doing all those trickling shows that were coming back.
Yeah.
And then like at Jam in the Van, the old venue, I think that it was one of my favorite spots, absolutely, during the pandemic. It was
super cool.
The energy was cool. All my favorite comedians were doing their shows there.
Yeah.
And it was...
Green room was good. The taco truck was on fire.
I just burped.
Do it again.
I can't. And I tried to do it on command. Like one time I forced myself, I just puked.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I don't think you want to clean this off in the middle of the No.
I'd probably... no, that sounds bougie. I was going to say I'd pay somebody to clean it, but I'd probably just
clean it for you because I'd feel bad.
No, I just pop this little cover off and put a new one on and be like, no one's ever puked on that one before. I'd switch it out for that one. And then I'd just get a really dirty road comic to come and do the next episode.
Oh, I love that. And then they don't even notice because they're immune to the smell.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Just be some guy who's just been on the road for 30 years.
I love that.
Yeah. Moving on. This is one of my favorite questions.
Oh.
What is the weirdest thing you did or saw as a kid? We're looking for like a Stand By Me moment, like dead body in the woods or like a clown in the sewer. Like, did you see or experience anything weird as a kid?
As a kid, I'm sure. What if I just started sobbing? Okay.
Like, no!
I told you the saddest story ever, and everybody listening is like, oh my God.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah. What the fuck? That was the darkest podcast.
Some people have gone dark.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes people use podcasts literally just to get their feelings. They're like, what's my favorite color?
Yeah.
My mom just died and she gave me a blue scarf. So a blue scarf. You're like, okay, settle down,
Red
Tim.
for all the blood I saw when I was a child.
Yeah. Okay, I think the wildest thing I ever saw
Or did.
Okay, here's something that I did that I honestly it's kind of resurfaced recently. One time my cousin and I were climbing a tree and we had a jump rope. And I tied the jump rope to the top of the branch and then around my waist, and I jumped off. And I couldn't breathe. And he was screaming, and my aunt came out and then had to cut the rope.
Wow.
And it wasn't on purpose. It was I thought it was going to fly.
Yeah, he was...
I've had bad luck with trees. I've also climbed a tree to the top and just like fell, and I have a giant scar on the side of my stomach.
My neighbor kid growing up that I was hanging out with, he climbed the tree in his backyard and he fell and landed on his back.
Oh my God.
And then he looked over and there was a tree, there was like a landscaping spike.
Jesus Christ.
If he had gone like 1 foot over, he would have been impaled.
No. See, that is me. I'm living on the brink of it. Like literally, not to veer off to another story, but I went to an all-girl camp and it was the best. It was I went for like 17 years. But
straight?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, straight.
I'm going to camp for 17 years.
I really did. I did. I was like, I'm never leaving.
That's awesome.
And then we made 25 cents an hour. So I was like, I gotta leave.
Yeah.
But as a counselor, we did something called counselor meetings where all the kids would go to bed and we would go, and we were like 16 and we were running this camp somehow. And I was on the top of a cable car in the woods, if that makes sense, because we had a zip line in the top. And then beneath it is like like a hill with a bunch of rocks, and you could get your cell phone service up there. So I had my flip phone, and I was trying to get service. I was with the other counselors. I stepped. It's pitch black at the bridge, and I rolled, hit rocks, hit my head, got to the bottom.
Yeah.
And I don't know what possessed my friends, but they were all hysterically screaming and laughing, and they ran into where the like inside the commissary, and they were like, "Oh my god!" And that left me in the woods, and I was like, and it took me forever, and then I just came back in. I had like cuts and stuff, and they all started screaming again. I was like, how what the fuck? But I should be dead.
Yeah.
So many injuries where I should be dead.
Oh man, yeah, tons. I could see potential danger when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, are you like a little 2 cents?
No, but I could go like, hey, that rope doesn't look like. So we had some woods behind my house, and we had this creek, and it had cut what we call the mini Grand Canyon. It was like a 20-foot wall down to the water, and there was a tree at the peak of the cliff, and not any of the kids, somebody would come along and put a rope swing on it. So when you ran, you would jump, and you'd instantly be 20 feet off the ground, and you would go out over the canyon and swing back around the tree.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do that. Of course, the third kid that goes is like,
No.
splat.
Died?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No. Nobody.
Sorry, I like to take it to the extreme.
Nobody died on purpose.
Okay, on purpose?
Yeah. I grew up in a mafia family, so we whacked like hundreds of dudes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say that on the spot?
I mean, it's been statute of limitations, and I'm in the witness protection program.
No, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The FBI blocks this podcast from being viewed by anyone.
That's why it's Scott.
That's what I'm blaming it on anyway. Sometimes I have to blur people's faces, and they're like, when I was a kid, I'd climbed a tree and tied a rope around my waist.
That's what I actually do sound like, though. So
Yeah.
That was
You will by the time I get done with all of it.
Yeah. That's so funny.
That's a cool story. Do you have
if you're like, that was fucking lame. You got another one?
Thanks for your shit story,
Hey,
bro.
yeah, I fell out of a tree too. Fucking
Where did you grow up?
Indiana.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Big fam.
What part?
Indianapolis, city gal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to the 500?
Of course, they call me Snake Pit Stewart.
No shit.
Yeah, because I get wasted in the snake pit.
Wow.
I actually went to the medical tent in the snake pit because I got lifted up and like, and then they dropped me.
And they were like, Audrey, what are you doing back here?
Yeah, they dropped me. And then I had to go to the medical tent for my back. And that's when they called me Snake Pit Stewart.
Snake SPS.
Because Snake Pit's the wild area of the 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my business partner that I own this studio with,
Yeah.
he is like 10 years older than me. He's super fucking old. I'm older. He's older. Our company's called Brickyard Media Group because he was raised he's been to the 500 every year since he was 3 years old.
Okay, that's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And you've been?
I haven't. I was going to go in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Because he got like, what is it called? Checker flag line where he had like 8 front row seats for that. And
That's insane.
He's been on the list since he was 20. He sells them every year and then gets turn 1.
Oh, I'm sure he makes so much money selling those.
He breaks even because he takes 4. He goes down from 8 to 4, but he gets the upgraded pit passes and all that stuff.
Oh,
So,
fuck.
yeah. So he just can't get turn 1 tickets. Cool story.
But if I was like, no, no, I fucking love the Indy 500.
Can I just get one snort to put in the clips wherever I want?
Yeah.
Just act like you're sleeping.
Wait, you know that? You know it's mortifying? No, this is such a side tangent, so I won't.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I met somebody at a wedding. He was, I was a bridesmaid. He was in the wedding as well, and we had a connection, and woohoo. And I went to go.
You ate some cake together.
Yeah.
Ate that wedding cake.
Ate that wedding cake, and I went to go visit him for a week.
To get some more wedding cake.
To get some more wedding cake, which was a bold mood. And I somehow got a cold during that time, and I was snoring. I never snore, and I actually snored so loud. It was so bad and so unattractive, and it's been haunting me.
Is this recently? Should we give him a shout out?
No, we can't.
Brandon from Kansas. Yeah. We want that wedding cake, bro.
Come on, Sam from Kentucky.
Yeah, come on back.
Hey.
Yeah, is it? That's not a real name.
No.
Is it Kentucky though?
No, it's Aspen, Colorado.
Ooh, Aspen.
Yeah, we won't. I mean, we can. Who cares?
The demographics say that I have 0 listeners in Aspen.
That's good.
And now it'll be 1.
Now it'll be 1.
Because we'll tag Sam from Aspen.
Yeah, we'll tag him.
Or just do Dumb and Dumber quotes for the rest of the
That's
episode.
so fucking funny.
Yeah. You
Yo.
had 2 pairs of gloves this whole time.
That's an iconic movie.
Oh my God, they'll never make another one. I mean,
No.
they did make another one, but they won't make another one like the original.
Movies need to get funnier.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
Hollywood needs to just come to the store one night and be like, everybody come on down to Paramount tomorrow and bring your scripts.
Like, why do they not do that?
That's so dumb.
Literally walk into one of the funniest stand-up comedy clubs and just do that.
Everybody's got a script. Well, in our case, most people have a half-finished script. But everybody at least has an idea.
I got a concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Pitch that concept, bruh.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Can we curse on this podcast?
Shit, no.
Fuck no.
No, we can't. You just can't say cunt.
Cunt.
Well, you can't say it more than 10 times.
Oh, deal.
You're like, cunt, 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 cunt.
yeah. I'm like, cunt.
Anytime someone tells me I can't do something, I'm like, hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my freaking beer. I'm going in on it. That is me to a T.
Have you ever seen a UFO or a ghost?
Oh, sweet God, this is a great question.
Are you just buying time to think of the story?
No.
Well, let me tell you how great of a question
I like
that
get up
was.
and I'm just like, I'm like humping everything on your desk. I'm like, that is a hell. Yeah, I just start breaking everything. You're like, what the hell is
it? Turns into a disaster room, or get the baseball bat, you smash everything.
Oh, that room would be fun. No, this is actually, yeah. Okay, I sound crazy when I say this.
Okay.
But everybody in my, not everybody, but the majority of people in my family have some kind of
ESPN.
Yeah, or like I've always been able to connect to things in the afterlife in some kind of facet, and you can think it's crazy, maybe it's not true, but I could only do this when I'm really drunk. I get super drunk, and I could do like readings for my friends of people who've passed, and I've literally been so spot on.
Wow.
That it's like nuts. I've gotten like one time. This guy, we had sex, and because I'm going back to men as well, I don't know.
Is that exclusive for my show?
Yeah, I think so. Because I was dating a lady, but now I'm really, to the guys.
Into the guys.
I've never had like a phase, like a slut phase, and I'm in it.
We'll go ahead and cut that out for you.
Hey, so do me a favor and cut that out.
Cut out slut phase. Fellas, get in my DMs.
Hey guys, I want you to subscribe and comment below because
oh my God, just all the pervs show up like with the emoji of the raised hand.
I know other comedians are like, don't say that on stage to other comedians or at all, because I'm like, I'm fucking slutting it up, and everyone's like, stop saying that.
Right.
I'm like, yep.
And you get the awkward wall lean when you're coming out there, like, so what's up?
Yeah, so what's going
You're
on?
like, not you, that was for the audience.
Yeah. No, but that, so the only time I got one insanely wrong is I went to this guy's house after we had been drinking, and I tried to do it for him, and I just looked insane and everything got wrong. But I've had insane ones. Like, do you want to tell you one?
Oh, yeah.
But it's only when I'm drunk. I can't, this is where it starts.
Is that how your medium opens up?
Yeah, and I actually Googled all this stuff, and apparently everybody kind of has a 2 cents or access to like the third eye. It just depends on if your inhibitions can be low or whatever.
Yeah.
And the one, and I have witnesses, so I love telling this because I lived in a house full of like 6 frat guys during the pandemic, and we had like a pool, and it was fun. But I told them about this story, and they didn't believe me. And then my friends that were there came and was like, "No, we can confirm." And they're like, "Holy shit!"
Is it like Stranger Things, where like you don't remember? You wake up and you're like, "What happened?"
No. I remember all of it.
Oh, cool.
It was Halloween classic. This was in 2020 when the first I first was like, "Oh, can I actually do this?" And it was like we were. I was having a handle. Sometimes I like a handle as fat guy, just taking pulls.
Wow.
But just in 2020. And,
right? I think we all get a pass on 2020.
We all get a pass, but also it was a weekend, and like, so now I'm like, what? 2020, I was still kind of post-college in it. Oh, not really. Okay, anyways.
Little PC.
Yeah,
PCH.
We were all taking polls, sitting around, and then like playing with the Ouija board. Classic.
Oh boy, yeah.
And then it was like the Ouija board wasn't really working, but then I started like, there was an image in my head that I couldn't get out. Like it just was sticking there. And I just couldn't get this image out. And I was like, I have to say it. And I was like, it's like, hey, to glow in the dark, stick on stars, mean anything to anyone. And then my friend right here next to me starts sobbing. His name is Brian. Isaacs.
Brian the Sobber.
Yeah, Brian the Sobber. He can confirm. All these people can confirm if you hit up their DMs, and they would love to follow. Classic.
Hey, heard you were a crybaby, Brian.
Yeah, here, let me get in there. But his brother had passed, and the one memory he associates with his brother, like the strongest, is glow in the dark, sick on stars.
Wow.
And then it kept going. Then I was like, okay. Oh, then the board moved. This was crazy, to AP3. And I tasted buttery popcorn. And when it moved to AP3, I know that sounds weird. And I said, AP3, buttery popcorn. I said, was anybody watching something eating buttery popcorn? And we didn't think the AP3 was relevant. And then Logan said AP3, American Pie 3. His grandma that had passed, he'd watched. And they ate, like, that was what.
Wow.
And then the other one that was so, I'll never forget, and I've never had one even close to this before. I was hammered, out to dinner with one of my friends. And I literally was like looking at him, and I was like, I have to say it because it's so loud in my head. And I was like, and then I started being able to, it started going on sides. So then I had it, like, I could tell, like, if a vision came on my upper left, it was like an older woman. I Googled all this shit.
Wow.
So I could tell it was a strong vision on my upper left. So I said to my friend, I was like, listen, like, does a red shirt mean anything to you? It's on my upper left. So it'd be like from a grandmother. He starts sobbing.
No.
His grandmother died in front of him from a heart attack wearing a red shirt. She was wearing like a red blouse.
Yeah.
And then he was like, she was like kind of showing me like this. Like, now I don't see the person, I just see it in my thoughts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I was like, were you not that close with her or whatever? And he was like, no, like we were apart. And I was like, she's showing me this though, and this, like, was she closer to like a sibling? And he was like, yes. And like,
wow.
And then I thought that was crazy. And I made up the last parts, which are like, she's with you and wants you to know. Like, I didn't know if she actually, but I could just see that.
A little comfort sauce.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Which I thought was so, and like I said, maybe I am crazy, but I have those people that witness that to back it up. And camaraderie. What's the word? Camaraderie?
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a weird story that I don't think I've shared on this story.
Oh.
So I went to go visit a young lady to see her about some wedding cake one time. And she had multiple people over. They were kind of sitting at a table, and I just kind of like sat off to the side. And her friends were supposed to have left before I got there. But I got there, and this one young lady was like really mad at me. She was just directing all this negative energy at me. And then she left, and then I was like, that girl that left that was mad at me, she's in love with you. And my friend was like, how did you know that? She's not even out. And I was like, well, I could feel the energy. She was angry that you and I were going to spend time alone, and she wanted to be the last one in your circle and hang out with you after everybody else left.
Wow. And were you spot on?
I was dead on.
That's so fucking wild.
Yeah. She's like, she's hit on me a bunch of times.
So you have the 2 cents.
I have 2 of them.
You have the 2. You know Thomas Dale?
Not personally.
Okay, so, he's a full-time medium.
Oh, okay.
He predicted my relationship with my ex.
Wow.
Before I was like out, whatever you want to call whatever I am. And whatever, fuck it to hell. I'll say her name.
I'll bleep it.
Yeah, whatever. I went to see him on something, and he brought somebody back for me and was like, this person wants you to go with the girl with the vintage roller skates. And I was like, what? And the only person that morning, Veronica had sent me a picture of her vintage roller skates.
Wow.
But we didn't even know we liked each other. And I was like, how did you know that? He was like, I just came. I was like, what?
Do you want to know another story about that person?
Yeah.
I was at a bar in the Valley. I think I'd only seen her at a mic or somewhere out in the comedy scene one time. Out at a bar. She was sitting at the bar with a friend. I was there with a couple of friends. I was going to approach her. Didn't talk to her. And then the next day I see you guys together on Instagram.
That's so weird.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You mean you're going to hit on her? That's so funny.
I don't do that, but I was just like, I wanted to do like, I know you through comedy. And she would be like, I've never fucking seen you before.
Wait, that's so funny. And then I wonder how many people were like, fuck, when I came out with her.
All of them.
Yeah, that's
for both of you.
That's so great. Thanks for saying that.
Every person on both sides was probably just devastated.
Yeah, that's so fun to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a fully like, oh, I'm good. And then I was like, I don't know if I am anymore.
It's okay. It's a spectrum, right?
It's a spectrum.
Or is it fluid?
I think it's a spectrum.
Spectrum fluid.
And spectrum fluid, there's fluid on the spectrum. And
there's spectrum fluids leaking again.
And I love being in the community. And it's not that I'm not proud of it's not because I'm not labeling myself because I'm not proud. It's just I actually don't have one.
Yeah, a label that is.
Yeah, or I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm enjoying having sex with men fully. So.
Well, we keep coming back to that one.
Yeah, believe that.
All right.
You're like, yeah, she just kind of came on my podcast, just trying to get listeners out.
Yeah, there's apps where you can meet men.
Like, don't put this comedian on your pod. She's just using it to get in the.
Yeah, she's trying to get people to slide up in them DMs, bro.
Get on in there.
Have you ever experienced a natural disaster?
Wait, like a natural disaster?
Like a tornado, flood, fire, hurricane?
Honestly, yes. And it is so funny. Like in Indiana, you get a lot of... It wasn't, you know what? It didn't get to the disaster part. It almost did. Mm-hmm. It was... I'll never forget it because it was so... I was like, I've never laughed harder in my entire life, actually. And that's not true, but, you know. So...
No more coffee.
Okay, yeah, no more coffee. Also, that's what I do during my bets. I'm like, that actually wasn't true. I'm like, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what?
The people that can follow along with that, like inner ping pong though, are loving it though.
Yeah, and it's not everybody can do that with it, which is so funny.
We
to
call
see
those
being
people
like,
stupid.
Yeah, we call those people idiots.
Yeah.
Fort Worth,
Dummies.
Texas was all about it because they were like, wow. They were also just so unhinged.
It's just you on stage, but they look like they're watching a tennis
match.
match.
Yeah, they would also... I like when people scream at me sometimes or heckle. Like, it doesn't bother me really.
Oh, it drives me nuts.
Well, if I was doing 45 minutes, it would drive me nuts. But if I'm doing like the 10-minute,
yeah,
I'm like, whatever, this is going to just help me.
Yeah.
Unless it's like mean-spirited and it keeps going. Okay, what was I even saying? Oh, yeah. So there was in Indiana, there's a lot of tornado warnings and things like that, right? I went to a huge high school, about 4,000 people, public school. Loved it, whatever. I had a teacher. He was a history AP teacher. He's kind of a little bit full of himself, whatever. Like was a soccer coach, kind of just jockey guy, but like a realist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was scary. They were like, "This is an actual tornado warning," and to wrangle a school of 4,000 people in a public school that everybody's so. I fucking loved it, but we were rowdy.
Yeah.
Is hard to do, right? But they were like, this is actually it. They're like, we're not joking. This is it. And I'm like, when I get really nervous, I kind of laugh. I'm like, oh my God. We get to the very bottom of the school. All of us are at the school. The hallways are just stacked full of students. My class and I are like this. Literally, they're like kind of walking us through it. They're like, it's going to be okay. My history teacher, and he's like, everybody shut up, listen up. I'm not joking. Everybody goes silent. And he goes, the way that this school's set up, the tornado, if it hits, the second floor will just fall on us anyways. The power goes out, right? Oh, no. I'm not joking you. Right after he says that, everybody starts screaming. My friend next to me is choking me. I don't know if it's out of fear. I'm laughing so hard. I'm crying. I'm hearing some of my strongest guy friends just screaming at the top of their lungs,
weeping in fear.
Weeping. And we're all gonna fucking. You hear that too? We're all gonna die multiple times, and then he was like, shut up again in the dark, and everybody just kind of goes quiet, and it's the wind kind of goes quiet, and I'm like, shit, I think that means it's coming or whatever. But then it passed us. It passed our county. It hopped over our county.
It's like the plane scene from that Rockstar movie where they're all going down, and the guy at the end, he's like, I'm gay, and then the plane levels out, and he's like, oh.
He's like, just kidding.
And everybody's like, we know, dude.
That's so fucking, I'm gay. Everyone's like, yeah,
you are.
Yeah, we get it.
That's my favorite thing to yell when the power goes out ever is, we're all gonna die.
And for this history teacher, just you thought he was gonna say, because all the teachers were like, it's okay, and he was like, yeah, we're just gonna die anyways because the floor. And then for the power to go out like that it was so. And then everybody composing themselves again, they're like, yeah, that was pretty scary. I'm like, you were choking me.
Right. Yeah, you pussy. I
When
was
people
doing
get
fine.
scared,
Yeah.
they do great. I was like, why do you choke people?
Randy's got his pants down.
Yeah.
You're like, Randy, pull your pants up.
Randy, what are you doing jacking off in the hallway?
If I'm gonna die, I want to be nutting while I go.
Like it was, I have never, I was just like, now I know how I'll handle like a situation. Like I'll just start hysterical. I mean, it was fucking funny.
Have you seen that TikTok where it's this guy at the breaker box, where it turns off all the power, and at the caption says, "My daughter and her friends are playing with a Ouija board for the first time."
Yes, I actually have.
And he just goes, bump,
And screams.
I love that shit. This is the only reason I would ever want to have kids.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Oh, I want to do that to some kids sometime.
But that happened at our sorority house. We played the Ouija board. I'm like queen of making everybody play the Ouija board. I'm going to stop because everybody's like, stop it with that shit. It's black magic.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going to have it. I'm not going to have it. I did it in my story's basement. And I think the same thing happened. Somebody turned off the power.
That's the best.
And we were all crying.
Yeah.
Lots of tears.
I love fucking with people.
It's so funny.
Yeah. I had a friend just remind me of this story last night that this happened, I don't know, 8 months ago. It doesn't matter. But this girl called me and she was like, hey, are you coming to the game? It was, I think they were at the Lakers or something.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're at the bar. And I misheard her and I was like, oh, you're at my bar that I'm already at already. I was like, oh, I don't see you. Raise your hands and just wave them around. So she's at the bar at Staples Center.
That's so funny.
Just waving.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And I'm like, I don't see you. The guys, my other friends that were there, thought I was fucking with her on purpose. And they brought it up at dinner the other night. They were like, that's so savage, bro. I've never heard anybody do anything like that to anyone before. And I was like, legit looking around the bar like,
That's so funny. That's a great prank, though.
Yeah, I
Even
wanna
though it
do
was
it again.
unintentional, you should do it again.
yeah, I'm definitely going to do
Make
it
it
on purpose.
intentional next time.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Intentional waving.
That's the best.
Yes.
Working with people is the absolute best.
I love it. What is your favorite vacation destination?
Michigan.
Yeah, the land of 1,000 lakes?
Yeah, 100%.
Land of lakes? Do you have a favorite lake?
Crystal Lake every summer.
Crystal Lake. Wasn't that a little powder that you used to put in water?
Yeah.
Crystal Light.
Crystal Light.
Oh.
Not you confusing Crystal Light with Crystal. Wait, that's, how people say, not you doing that?
That's some Indiana thing.
No, it's not. It's an LA thing in that people, other areas hate.
Really?
They're like, that's not grammatically correct.
Oh, there's so much grammatical bullshit.
Because I come back from LA and I'm like, that's on. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you saying? I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's just fun.
Do you have a lake house at Crystal Lake?
Yeah.
Or, yeah?
Yeah.
Just balling out?
My parents, or my dad does. It's all, so it ran in the family. So his parents did. And when I was little, we started going up in his dream. I think he almost chose his career just so he could have one day have his own lake house. But yeah, we have one up there.
So you've been going there since you were a kid?
Yeah, and it's amazing. And people say, "Oh, Crystal Lake, like Camp Crystal Lake, you're gonna get murdered." And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! It's beautiful."
Is that the camp that you worked at too?
No, Camp Knob-owners. When we were children, we'd be like, "Where are the knob owners?"
The knob, like KNOB owners?
Just boners.
Oh, bone with a B.
Yeah, we'd be like, yeah. We didn't even know. I'd be like, "I'm a huge knob owner," and I'd be like 6 saying that. My parents were like, "What the fuck?"
Sleepaway camp, man. You can't go wrong.
No, you can't go on. We did some crazy shit. It was the best.
Do you have this isn't part of the lightning round.
What if you're like, do you have
a boner now?
Yeah.
You were going to go there.
Actually, I was like, what if you said something really sad?
What is the current status of your boner situation?
Yeah. How are your cans?
On a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, now I have to leave that in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave it in.
Yeah.
If I cut it out, then I have to explain it. If I explain it, then I have to cut this part out. We're leaving it all in.
Yeah.
It all stays. Even your advertisement for male suitors earlier.
Whatever. Fuck it up to hell.
Do you have a place you've never been that you want to go vacation-wise? This is a bonus lightning round question.
And a place I've never been, I want to go.
Are you an auctioneer now? We got a place we never been to go. Hey.
That's caffeine. Yeah. It's like caffeine working with my Adderall. It's like, nah.
They're fighting each other, like the light and the dark are just like,
they are.
You'll never get me.
Yeah, because mine's for severe ADHD, so it's trying to suppress energy, and then this is like trying to bring it up, and then they're just like. But I knew if I didn't take my pill, you'd be like, what are we even talking about? Because I'd be like, so.
I can follow.
Yeah.
That's why I take notes.
Good.
Because then I don't.
What if I looked at your notes and it was like, fuck her?
Can't wait to go home. Or it's just like STFU.
It's like a stick figure of you stabbing me. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I learned the hard way not to take shitty notes like that.
Yeah.
Early in season 1, I was like bored. Somebody grabbed it. It was when I had a table. We just sat across the table. Yeah.
I bet some people are so boring. Just like,
Yeah, well, the level of guests that I was able to get in season 1 wasn't quite the caliber that I'm getting with our friend Monterey helping me out.
Monterey's the best.
Best.
We love you, Monterey. Shouts out.
Love you back. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Of course she's saying that.
100%. Fantasy vacation destination that you've never been to.
What if I just got possessed and flew across the wall?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a first for the pod.
Yeah. And we'd have video documentation of it. So.
Oh, yeah. Just Greece. Okay, here's the real truth. I don't actually have anything I've pictured I want to go, which is kind of weird. But I'm going to start today, and it's Greece.
Okay. Like Greece. I don't know anything about Greece. So there will be
either.
no follow-up questions.
Yeah, good, because
Greece.
I don't got anything for you.
All I know is the city of Santorini has got white buildings and there's blue water.
And you can ride a donkey up to the top for a wedding. That was in
Donkey weddings.
that was in that
3
movie.
men and a baby.
Was that a movie?
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
No,
My Great White American Pants.
who are you? I actually have no idea. No, it's Mamma Mia. That was a Mamma Mia.
That was going to be my first guess.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it just seemed to. If you
We-
drink your water, I'll drink mine at the same time because I gulp every time I drink. I gulp and I'm insecure. So
Biggest gulper. Ready?
ready?
I can't gulp.
I have really bad acid reflux. That was unnecessary to say.
I only get it when I don't eat. Like I haven't eaten all day today, so I'll probably get it on the way home.
Skinny mini.
I'm trying not to be a fat ass anymore. I used to weigh 400 pounds.
This is one of those bits.
Yeah,
It's like the age thing.
Yeah, I can't pull a fast one on you.
Yeah, I know you can't.
Okay, back to the lightning round. Do you like Las Vegas, Nevada?
Las Vegas, Nevada. Depends. I've done a show there during the weekday. I was working the Laugh Factory out there, and I wasn't
At the Tropicana.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the crowd. They were all like very tired.
Was it the 11 or midnight show?
It was like all of it, and they just were not understanding me or feeling me.
Yeah. Well, I've got free booze all day long. So.
Yeah, but I like to go out. My sibling trip is actually about to be in Las Vegas.
Yes. Okay. Picking up that you might have a brother or a sister.
There's 7 of us.
Wow.
Ah!
Yeah, get it.
Sorry. That was a demon inside of me. Yeah. Every time I talk about the Ouija board, it resurfaces.
You just get gassy every time you talk about black magic.
Yeah, 100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So 7 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, we're in a blended fam though, but I was in a blended fam from a young age. But there's 4 of us blood and then 3 step. But for my brother's birthday, we're surprising him, and we're all going to Vegas.
Very cool.
Yeah, we're all flying in.
Do you know where you're staying? Do you have a favorite place to stay? I should rephrase it. Don't tell everybody where you're going to stay.
I don't really remember. I get wild. I want to do a comedy show like, first of all, I don't need to drink after shows, but it would be kind of fun to do shows with like a group of comedians that would want to go out after.
Right, which is getting fewer and fewer these days.
Yeah, because everybody's sober and good for them, and I'm happy for them, and that's awesome. But sometimes I'm like, if we're in a fun destination, I'm like, who wants to get rip and roaring?
Yeah, a couple of pops.
Yeah. So I want to do that. But I mean, when I go there with my friends, nobody's lacking in a good time.
There you go. I frequent Vegas quite often.
Really?
I find that my ADD likes the sound of all of the slot machines
Love that.
because I can't track everything. If I'm at dinner in a small restaurant, I can pay attention to every single conversation that's going on, except the one that I'm trying to have with my dinner companion. But if I'm in Vegas, my mind just goes, you can't track all this shit.
No.
Just relax.
Yeah.
And I love sitting at the bar in the middle of the casino, and it's like being on a private island for me.
So your white noise when you're doing work is you would just YouTube casino slots?
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, write that down.
Yeah.
Do that.
What was it again?
Casino slots?
just kidding.
Oh, I was like, this guy's an idiot.
I'm going to start falling asleep to the sound of fucking moron.
Yeah, they're like, what the hell's going on?
Okay, this is the last and hardest question. of the lightning round.
We
which
were
has
like,
only
what's the
taken
most traumatic thing that's ever
It could be.
Oh.
It could be. What's the best meal you've ever had in your whole life?
Benihana's.
Yeah?
Here's the thing,
just
though.
The one time?
Everybody's like, that's ridiculous, but our family is associated with Benihana's. We go to Benihana's for birthdays, Christmases. I would smell like Benihana sauce for months because I would go to it so much in Indiana.
If you don't have a Benihana's near you, it's the hibachi thing that you sit around. Like, basically, my desk is a Benihana's, and people would sit around desks.
Honestly, it's just so expensive.
Yeah. You should be sponsored by Benihana's, and then you can eat there when you
I
want.
follow their Instagram. I commented on so much of their stuff. I'd share it to my story. My ex-partner got me a Benihana sweatshirt for Christmas.
Wow.
I'm like, what else do you want from me? And I'm still paying full price for meals.
This episode is brought to you by Benihana's.
I unfollowed them. Pissed.
Oh.
Unless you want to give me a little discount.
Are you into DJ music? This will tie back to Benihana's in a second.
The energy of EDM is, I don't feel like you have ADHD and hate EDM.
What's what? Have HDD and...
Did I even say that correctly?
I think so. Have ADHD and hate EDM.
Yeah, I love EDM.
So you know about Steve Aoki.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and his connection to Benihana's.
Yeah, I used to work at Power 106, the radio station, when I first...
Power 106,
Yeah,
the radio station.
When I first moved to LA.
Were you on air?
For a segment. It was called White Girl Wisdom, but it didn't really match.
It's not racist at all.
I know. It didn't really match up who I was and stuff. It was like, during the fall, I like pumpkin spice. I was like, this isn't me. But I did digital media planning for them, and I also... Until they cut me because they were like, we're losing money as a radio station and you're the youngest here.
Yeah.
But I got to work with the artists a lot. And I used to entertain them in the lobby before they would bring back up. So I got to meet like Chance the Rapper, Migos, Steve Aoki. And they knew I loved Benihana's. And they're like, you can't, because he does not have a good relationship with his dad.
No.
So they're like, you cannot bring up Benihana's to Steve Aoki.
You just wearing your Benihana sweatshirt?
Yeah, pretty much, actually. I was like, why am I even here?
Right.
I was like, I should have taken a sick day.
Yeah.
So I literally was like, hey, Steve. And he was higher than a kite.
Of course.
And then they threw a cake at him. I don't even know what was going on.
He works for 42 minutes a day and makes $6 million an hour.
Yeah, well, you know what? He could give me a gift card at least.
Right, Benny.
Yeah, I don't want to work for a company anyways that tells me that I can't.
Can't fire me, I fucking quit.
When they fired me, it was so weird and funny because they call your desk phone and they go, hey girl, what are you doing? I was like, just working. They're like, get on in the office. I was like, this will be fun. And then they were like, here's your packet. We're letting you go. I was like, why'd you call me and be that enthusiastic?
We're firing you the right way.
It was actually one of my favorite nights in LA was the night I got fired from Power 106.
Where'd you go?
I went to my first house. I lived with a bunch of guys out here. I lived with like a bunch of straight guys. Then I lived with a bunch of gay guys.
These are multiple different separate houses?
Yeah.
Okay.
I lived with a bunch of gay. I've loved my roommates are like my best friends and now I live alone. But I lived with a bunch of gay guys, and there was one of the directors or producers of Transformers.
Oh.
He was gay, and he was way older, but he would always have the gay boys to his house, and it was guys only. But I got fired from this job, and they were like, can you just let my friend come? And he goes, fine. And he makes an exception for me, and I go to his massive mansion overlooking the hills with all like 50 gay dudes. And this guy loves me, this Transformer director. I won't say his name because...
Well, everybody knows who directed Transformers.
Or like he's one of the producers.
Yeah.
Can we bleep this out?
Oh, sure.
No, we don't have to bleep this part out. What am I about to say?
Yeah. Oh.
But he loved me. Him and I were jiving the whole night, and I was just getting rip-roaring drunk, and like I was running around naked with all these gay men. Gay men were naked. I made out with like 3 of them. They were making out. It was weird.
Did you steal their rainbows? What's it called when they've never?
No.
Sorry, this is super socially unacceptable. But if you've never made out with a member of the opposite sex, what do they call that?
Gold stars?
Yeah.
No, I think they were pretty experienced.
Okay.
And maybe we just made out, by the way. But it was so fun and so Hollywood. And then we watched the sun come up. I was like, that was crazy. And I was like 23.
Everybody else is on coke, and you're like, I don't need it. I got ADHD.
Yeah, I don't do coke.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, they probably all were.
Yeah.
It slips my mind when people are on drugs around me. I'm like, we're all just hyper.
Yeah, isn't that weird? My friends knew to keep it away from me for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And I would just stay up with them 7, 8 in the morning. I was like, we're all having a great time. This is awesome. And then it turns out they all go to the bathroom every 10 minutes.
It's so weird that we didn't know that. Like, that was my whole college. I had no idea people were doing drugs until I was a senior.
Yeah. I didn't know until I was like 36. You're fucking old, dude.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Because I'm 65.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep going back to it. Yeah. If you do it enough times, it becomes funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We need 10 more, and then it'll be funny.
Wait, you know what my other favorite things that comedians do that I actually do laugh at? Where it's like, you say a joke and it bombs, you're like, come on, we're all having fun. Or like, you guys are silly.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Or like Dusty Slade, we're having a good time.
Yeah, I love Dusty's.
Oh, he's the best. I saw him at the airport in Dallas once, and he did not know me, but I knew him, so I talked to him like we knew each other.
He probably thought he knew. Comedians will just be like, oh, I know them from somewhere.
Yeah, if you talk to someone like they've met you before, especially people that meet thousands of people a day,
yeah,
they're just like, okay, I'm going to try and put together where I know this guy from, and then you don't give them any clues,
Yeah.
and then you're like, all right, man, see you later, Dusty.
See you later, yeah. D-Dog.
Good seeing you.
Yeah.
They just leave with a weird expression on their face.
Yeah, they're like,
I did that to Aziz in New York at the Comedy Cellar, who was sitting on the stairs. I was like, Aziz! I'd never seen him in real life, ever.
that's so funny. Was he like, hey?
He was like, dude! I was like, yeah, I got a dude from Aziz. And then I fucking, hey man, I gotta go. I'm late. And he was like, go get him.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I love that.
Dude.
That's the way to do it with comedians.
He was just in town for, like, I guess he moved to London when he got like,
That was the stupidest thing, right? I don't remember what it was even about.
yeah. Many people have blown that one up. So,
Yeah.
have you ever been canceled?
I don't think so. I don't think I would say anything cancelable.
Yeah.
Maybe I have.
Well, let's go to the tape.
Well, run the tape. I'll talk to you about it after.
That's cool.
What if you're like, I really want you to leave?
Yeah, speaking of after, that's now.
That's I love it. I'm like, I'll tell you later, and the comedian's like, I actually gotta go.
I'm telling you, I have to go.
This happens to me all the time. I feel like sometimes I start these conversations, and especially like at the clubs, people will just be like,
yeah. I see it happen to like some of the headliners that do like the improv, because I don't really hang out at the store very much.
Yeah.
But the hallway, because there's really the green room at the improv is just like, it's upstairs, it's kind of away from everybody. So the comics hang out in the hallway, and you'll see a fan come out to the bathroom and be like, whoa, it's you. It's like, yeah, you just saw me on stage. And then they want to have the most awkward conversation of all time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So usually I'll try and think of something to say, be like, hey, do you want to get that picture now? And then the headliner will be like, oh, yeah, we got to do that thing.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
I bounced somebody out of the Laugh Factory one time when I didn't work there.
The Laugh Factory, damn.
Yeah, we were upstairs, and some guy just walked up, and I knew that he was just some guy, but he started talking to, let's just say 4 names that everyone knows.
Okay.
And I saw it get uncomfortable, and I was just wearing like black on black, and I went up to the guy, and I was like, hey, man, you're not supposed to be up here.
Good.
And the dude was like, all right, I knew I was going to get kicked out eventually. I was like, grab your shit, let's go.
They were probably so appreciative.
And I came back, and they were like, dude, that was fucking awesome. And I was like, yeah, what's my name? And they were like, camera guy.
Oh, God.
It was fun.
No, that's great, though.
Yeah, I like kicking people out of places.
I kind of love that. That's so, you're like known as the guy who pretends to work there and kick everyone.
Right.
The store is so good at kicking people out.
Yeah.
They're on their shit. I love all the door guys.
Yeah.
And they're like on it.
And then they have also security too.
Yeah. I love the vibes there right now. They're good.
They are good. I started to go and watch from the back in the OR.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with my life.
I need to go there more, hang out there more.
Let's go.
Okay.
We'll be ADD buddies.
I'm so down.
We'll sit in the back and be like, don't talk.
I know. It's fucking.
It's so hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah. I tell this on the show a lot, but I'll tell you. I took a date to the OR one time, and Tony Hinchcliffe was performing, and she was a repeater. So he'd be like, and then I got in my Corvette. She'd be like, ha ha ha, you got in your Corvette?
No!
I was like, oh, God. Like, we hadn't even got a waitress yet.
No.
I grabbed her by the wrist. I was like, we're gonna take off.
That's where the most mortifying thing is. Like, I've had cousins and things come into town, and they don't understand that this is like your livelihood, and the comedy etiquette is like they were like, we were in the lab, and I was on a show, and they were just jabbing in the corner. I said, you guys got to shut up, because I'm literally just got on the veils here.
Yeah.
So like, you're gonna fuck this up for me. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, and I was like, we're going.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
We're out of here.
We're fucking out of here.
We're getting out of here. We're gonna go play Ouija boards.
Yeah.
With the gays.
With the gays. God, I love them.
Is Ouija with the gays funner than Ouija with the straights?
Well, this particular time was with the gays and the straights, but I mean, every time I'm with, I don't know. I feel like every time I'm with my majority of my group of friends out in LA are in the LGBTQI plus community,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no shortage of fun. Like we all got a house at Palm Springs coming up here, and there's like 19 of us going.
Love Palm Springs.
And it's like me and all gay men.
Yeah.
And I just love my friend group out here.
The first bar I ever went to in Los Angeles was the Abbey.
Okay, so the Abbey is I don't like the Abbey as much.
It's a little rough now, but 16 years ago when I moved here, I moved here with my band. This young lady that knew my singer came pick us up. She's like, we're going to the funnest bar in LA. Excuse me. I go up to the bar. This fucking super handsome gentleman was like, can I buy you a beer? I was like, God damn, everybody's super friendly in LA. And then he goes, what are you drinking? I go, Budweiser. And you see it on his face. He goes, all right, yeah, get him a Budweiser. And he just walked off.
No.
Finish that one, go up to the bar, get another one. Another handsome fellow walks up. Hey, can I buy you a drink? I'm like, yeah, I'm drinking Budweiser. And he was like, oh, you're like 2 in a row.
That's so funny.
I was like, damn. They're more friendly here than they are in North Carolina.
Damn.
That's great.
That's great. That's so funny. The Budweiser.
But when I lived in North Carolina, I worked at apartments, and I was like the assistant manager or whatever. And one of my tenants came in. We were just chit-chatting. He was paying his rent. He's like, oh, I'm going to go see this show tonight. Do you want to go? And I was like, I like live music. Sure, I'll go. So we meet back at the office because I lived on the property. Uh-huh. He drives, and we get to the place, and he's like, what are you drinking? And I'm like, Budweiser. And he goes, great, I'll have a Budweiser and a Zima. And I'm like, Zima? You're not going to be able to meet any ladies drinking a Zima. And on his face, he goes, oh, well, I'm not here to meet any ladies. I thought maybe you and I were, And I was like, oh, man, that's very flattering. You keep buying me drinks if you want to.
Damn.
But not happening.
Yeah. Damn.
So that's both of my stories.
I feel like it's hard to tell who is like, cause I feel bad that I even say like, oh, I lived with a bunch of gay guys, because I should just say I lived with all men but it's hard to like when I was dating women, it was hard to know who actually was straight and who wasn't straight, or like who.
Men kind of wear it on their sleeve a little bit more than the ladies.
I'd say maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you'd be surprised.
Oh, I wouldn't. I can't tell you how many ladies I've dated, because there have been so many that have been like, hey, I dated a girl for a little while. It's like, whoa. Like, I would say more than large percentage. More than half.
I like hearing that, because sometimes I'm like, I'd be like, I think for me, I did have a guy that was completely like, I can't date you because you've dated girls prior. And I was like, then you're not the person for me, because you're not comfortable with your... Yeah,
move to Utah, find a virgin.
Yeah, you got to be... I can't ever date somebody that doesn't support that community, or like,
That's weird.
It was weird. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, well...
And what are you looking for? Someone who's never dated anyone else before?
Right, or just men. I'm like, you know what? I was like, I told that guy that was iffy, I was like, I don't regret my relationship with that person at all. That was a woman. And I was like, and I'll never wonder, because I wanted to do it and I did it.
Yeah.
And if I want to do it again, I'll fucking do it again.
There's a comedian, I won't say his name, but I will blow his bit, that he says, I'll tell you who it is later.
Yeah.
But he goes, it's more gay to not have, as a guy, to not have slept with a dude.
That's so
because you don't know whether or not you don't like it. You just assume.
Wait, that's great.
Yeah.
And that's so true. People who are really like the most aggressive ones are the ones you're like, honey, you suck a dick.
Like all of our senators.
You need to, of everybody on fucking.
Yeah. The more out loud you are about like, gay's wrong. It's like, just read the paper in 3 weeks.
You need to chill the hell out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who's got a problem with any of that, I've got a problem with them.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Hot take. That's an Isaac Abrams exclusive.
Yeah. Everyone's like, we could have guessed that. I'm like, oh.
Because it's written on your shirt.
Yeah, because it looks on your forehead.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to call back to the sweater. Benihana. Damn it.
Yeah, we didn't do well.
Missed that one. Missed that train.
Yeah, you sure did. But if you're like, this was the worst interview I've ever done.
No, it's the second. Yeah, I told you about the first worst right before we rolled.
Yeah.
Never ever have to wonder who that is.
So funny.
I gotta cut that out.
Yeah, you definitely got to cut that out.
And it wasn't bad. Sometimes you think they're bad. Not this one, but sometimes you think they're bad, and you go watch them back when you're editing, and you're like,
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
it wasn't that bad at all.
I'm in my head all the time about things I say on podcasts. I'm like, can I get canceled for that?
I had Monterey got me a pretty big guest, and he smoked some weed in the studio, and I got a contact high. And then I thought it would be funny to go in on him with investigative journalism questions, to let him riff, because he's really good at riffing.
Yeah.
And
Craig Robinson?
No.
Oh.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
And he didn't get it because he was too high. And then he was like, what kind of fucking questions are these? You know what? Fuck you. I'm going to rant for a little while. And he goes off and does 45 minutes on why Jay-Z broke up. Jay-Z broke up with Beyonce.
Was it funny?
It was fucking hilarious.
That's amazing.
Hopefully. Now I'll put that episode out the week before this episode.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Now I can't wait to hear who it is.
Yeah. Well, I'll just bleep it. It's Kurt Metzger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I felt like such a piece of shit, though, because I was like, what are you going to do about global warming or whatever? And he was like, fuck you, man. Like,
yeah.
I thought it would be funny, but I'm glad that I tested it on him because I was going to try it on him.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't go well.
If he was really high and he had a blast talking for 45 minutes, he probably doesn't even remember the first question you asked him.
And I'll cut it out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Huh.
Sometimes I'm getting way more comfortable.
Yeah, I feel like it's a rhythm, right?
It is a rhythm.
Everything's a rhythm.
Yeah.
Everything's a rhythm.
Yeah, it's about finding your voice, right?
That's what's weird. I used to never listen to people where they're like, it just takes time and stand up. And I'm like, fuck you, I gotta do this up front. And then now, like, I'm like, whoa, I'm actually, like, as years go on, truly getting there's no way, like, I'm like I still have long ways to go too, but there's times where I'm like, whoa, there's no way I would have been able to do that like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm like I can talk to audiences now, but that took me a long time.
You can even feel it over the course of a weekend.
Oh, yeah.
When you do a Thursday to a Sunday, you're like, by Sunday, you're like, I am a god.
Oh, yeah. It's nuts. It feels great.
It's the best.
It's the best. When you stop giving a fuck and it comes natural, I feel like I've stopped kind of giving a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
When you give up on the fucks.
Yeah. I care about my career and working hard, but I do not care about what others have to say, which took me a while.
Yeah. That's just haters wishing that they could be in your shoes.
I used to be in my head being like, everybody hates me, but now I'm like, I don't really care, and I don't think that's true, and everybody sabotages themselves in their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I go throughout the day changing. Like, I wake up like, I'm the shit, and I go to bed like, whew, I guess we'll get them tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm on my Adderall, on my period.
Mm-hmm. Oh, both? Double whammy?
Double whammy. I don't know what goes on with that. I need to talk to my primary care.
Talk to your doctor about Adderall.
Yeah, there's the sports voice. Guy's great.
Does it fuck with your period? Side effects may include?
Yeah, they need that. I would listen to your voice for hours. That's why
okay, close your eyes. Here we go. Ready?
Okay, wait, yeah.
This is the soothing sounds of the Isaac Abrams Show, a new ASMR experience. Yeah, I'm out. What if I was like so into myself that I just taped an hour of me talking and I listened to it to go to sleep at night?
There are people who do that.
I just listened to my own podcast to fall asleep.
So fucking funny. Honestly, I'd have mad respect for you. I'd be like, this guy's got the confidence to break a building.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. Oh, God,
just not the strength.
I gotta do. Wait, somebody told me that when you're dating somebody they like when you're confident, which I believe, obviously. But when I first heard that, I started being like, I want you to know how confident I am, because I'm fucking confident.
In case you didn't smell the confidence on me, I got confidence.
Every time I see myself in the mirror, I'm like, whoa, and then I'm like, no, I'm doing too much.
Why haven't they made a fragrance for either gender, any gender, not either, there's more than two, called Confidence?
I think they have. It's Selena Gomez's.
Is it really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Confidence by Selena Gomez.
Yeah, do an infomercial for it right now.
A new fragrance. I sound like a robot.
They sound really good. Yeah.
I am a robot and do not require fragrance.
Wow, you got a great voice acting voice.
Thank you.
Mine's like a tired engine. Okay, no, I meant like a car, a rusty pipe.
Say rusty pipe one more time.
Rusty pipe.
Yeah. Rusty pipe. A new fragrance.
That would be, it'd be just for like men who work on trucks and me.
Yeah. For men who work on trucks and Audrey
Stewart.
Oh, it says it on the label.
That's so amazing. And Audrey Stewart.
They sell one unit just to you.
And Audrey Stewart.
Now, you have a good name for like 50s movies acting.
Really?
Yeah. If you ever find a time machine, you could go back in time to Hollywood and be like, "Don't you know, darling, I'm Audrey Stewart." And
That's
like,
so true. I like that. Wait, do you think you're an old soul or a new soul?
I don't know. I don't feel the passage of time, really. It's weird. Like, my body keeps getting older, but it's just always the now.
Maybe we're like, I think we're new souls then.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like my soul's baby because it's like, woo!
Yeah, you got a lot of new energy.
Yeah, it doesn't really pull it together when it's supposed to.
I think I've taken, if there's a karma thing or what's it called when you get reborn?
Oh, reincarnation.
Yep, that's it. I think I've taken a few spins.
Yeah. I was a carjacker, I think, in my last life. Because I'm on my 5th car, and it's bad car luck. Like, you wouldn't believe.
Have you stolen 5 cars?
No, but you won't. I just can tell you really quickly, but you won't believe my car luck. Like,
Okay.
it is like, you'll be like, that's insane.
Let's hear it.
So, what if I just kept saying that and never told you? Oh, okay. That was a car engine.
Yeah, because we're literally sitting on the street.
Yeah, that's true. My car's probably going to be blown up into pieces when I walk out to it.
Yeah, hopefully not, because mine's parked right next to it.
Well, that's stupid of you because of the car luck. So,
Okay.
like, literally my ex in her neighborhood, I parked my car, brand new car, whatever. Finally was like, okay, I got a Nissan, whatever. I had some payments left, but I was proud of myself for doing it. I go into her apartment and I come back out the next morning and I walked my car and it is in pieces, like pieces. And there's
disassembled pieces?
Yep.
Or like car wreck pieces?
Car wreck pieces, like it's totaled.
Smashed.
And there's a note from the police station, and I call the police station, and they tell me that a car was in an accident right next to it. Another car flipped over a car and then just hit my car, like went on top of my car.
Yeah.
Totaling it. I didn't have gap insurance. So then that was fucked. I ended up owing money. It was awful. And then I started nannying, and my family, they're like, I love them so much. I don't nanny for them full time anymore, but they gave me a car. It was an old car. They could do it. It was a Volkswagen Jetta, had a sunroof, completely paid off.
Was it a celebrity? Can you tell us who it was?
It was not. They're not a celebrity, but they work high up in the industry. Okay. But they gave me a car. So then I park it, and Veronica, it's almost. The weird part is 1 year to the date by a day misses the 1 year mark
Of having the car?
Of that last accident.
Oh, right.
Parking in neighborhood, but this time I've learned my lesson. I parked it really in a really nice spot in her neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like peaceful, like good neighborhood. I'm in her apartment. All of a sudden we hear search copters and police cars and everything. I check the Citizen app. We see live footage of like
Of your car?
Well, no, we didn't. I said that sucks for that person. It was like there was a SUV and like it hit this car and this car. The next morning I go out. It was my car.
It sucks for me.
Another note from the police, and they come. He comes. It's so early. He's like, "Yeah, just come back from a robbery." I was like, "Okay, just tell me what the fuck happened." He was like, "There's a carjacker that stole a massive SUV. He ripped down the neighborhood and missed all these cars, and then crashed it into my car, totaling both of the cars. And then he escaped the car, and they found him at Whole Foods. He didn't have insurance. Completely wrecked my car. I got what my car was worth, which was not like $6,000, and then the only thing I could do was put it towards lease."
Wow. That's a lot of...
And then I had another accident that was a little bit my fault. I was turning left, and some car went around me, and I swerved into ongoing. I actually passed out from it. It knocked me out, and I woke up to the woman. She ended up being a comedian. She's a guitar comedian.
Oh, one of those.
I saw her 3 years later, and I go, "Remember when you hit my car?" She goes, "Remember when you hit my car?" I go, "Jesus Christ."
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but she thought I was dead because I like spun on ongoing traffic.
That's how you one up her next time.
Yeah, well,
remember when you almost killed me?
Yeah, because I apparently when I passed out, my head was like this, and I had like marks, and she was like screaming at my window.
Why do people do that? Like, I've only been in wrecks where other people were driving, but like I'd be sitting there, and the other person runs up to the car and they bang on the window like you're gonna drive off or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like, dude, give me a second. I just had a concussion.
Yeah. And
It's
then
nuts.
the officer that came to help us gave me a ticket on top of the accident because I had an Indiana driver's license.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, "You need to get in the ambulance." And I said, "Nope." And I refused it. And then my friends had to take me to the ER because I'm not paid for that.
Yeah, because that's expensive.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a lot.
We'll clip it. We'll get it down to like 30 seconds and we'll put it on the internet.
I just listened to the episode. He cut everything except for.
It's like, welcome back to the show. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. This next guest, we had to clip her a lot, and she was all right.
Just showing you an image of her to prove that she was here. She didn't say anything of value, and we're out.
And we're out. Yeah.
Speaking of being out, we've done over an hour. Can you believe that?
Time flies by when you're really just. Oh my God.
Yeah. She just looked at a clock, I think, or the tree. I'm not sure which one you're reacting to.
I looked at the exit door because I'm ready to get out of here. No,
all right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you want to plug all your socials one more time, or you want to just GTFO?
Yeah, you could get on Audrey Stewart. Is there?
Are you the fastest reader of all time?
Yeah.
Did you see that clip last week?
No.
The guy was like, I'm the fastest reader. Shoot. I had to see it, I guess. All right, you got 1 week to go see Audrey at Zany's next Wednesday night in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's going to be chill.
It's going to be really wild.
One show, two shows.
One
show only.
I'm a one shower.
Don't fucking, you're a shower, not a grower.
Yeah.
And you can get tickets at audreystewart.com.
Oh, yeah, I should probably put that on my website.
Yeah, where? Yeah. Should probably get a website, and then I should probably
I'm the worst comedian out of technicality you'll ever meet. But yeah,
but eventually,
just Google it.
Eventually, your team will do all that shit for you.
Hopefully.
Let's get on it, team.
Hey, come on, guys. Jesus Christ, seriously.
I'll be on your team.
Good.
I'm on your team.
Great.
So it's my responsibility to update our website.
Thanks, Isaac.
Well, thank you, Audrey. Thank you for coming.
This has been a blast and a half.
Yeah, the other half was the best part.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you come back sometime
Yeah.
to the new studio for season 3.
Oh, I'll come back for season 3 if you have me.
I will. You want to be my co-host and I'll never have to get guests ever again?
Honestly, that'd be chaotic.
Dude.
You'd regret that in 10 seconds.
I would love to photograph your live podcast next time.
Okay, I love that.
Okay.
Wait, I actually would love that.
I will actually do it.
No, being serious.
Me too.
Okay, and then you'll hop on it.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah, great.
Little guest spot.
Yeah.
Sick.
I wish I was making money from it, then I'd pay you, but I really can't.
Oh, it's okay. I'm independently wealthy.
I have credit card debt.
Well, they're going to wipe that out too.
Oh, they are?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I was like, yeah.
Dude, Hope has a new face.
I was like, they are?
God. I've never seen anybody's eyes wider. You must have some fucking serious credit card debt, dude. What?
What? No, it's not
Bambi
even-
4 starring Audrey Stewart this summer.
This summer. It's not even that bad. A couple grand.
I can't wait to show you your face back.
Yeah, good.
Once again, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for watching and listening, everybody. Do the subscribe thing. I'm not going to do the speech. Just, like it or don't. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.